Welcome back to the Bronze 2 Platinum Season 2 Week 1. I'm Artorius IV, today joined by NGC, and we are bringing you Brothers and Buckaroos versus Red Requiem for game number 1 this week. NG, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing fantastic. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good. Didn't sleep at all last night, so it's going to be the best experience for casting tonight.
Got it.
So definitely two new boys on the block here. Didn't get to see them at all last split. They weren't part of it. So not too much for us to be able to say, unfortunately, until we get into game. But we are on patch 9.15. 9.16 should be dropping next week, I believe. So all the same old that we've been seeing for the last little while. And last week's show match, we did see that our new boys on the block definitely did bring it to Double Dippers.
I managed to book the last room for $150. Meets $50. Meets
We are starting to get players in here now, thankfully, so I can hide away. Wait. There we go. There we go. Yes. All right. So just going to be waiting for teams to get in here. We will be hopefully getting right into Champion Select as well here. Interesting to see what these teams decide to go for on where everything winds up falling with these teams. Again, unfortunately, we don't have too much information about these teams yet. Brand new to the season, as we are just starting Season 2 here. Red Requiem and Brothers and Buckaroos. Yes. So it will be Red Requiem on the red side with Brothers and Buckaroos on blue side. Coincidence for us, thankfully. Don't have to worry too much about the red team being on blue side until match 2. And then if we do go to game 3, we will have them back on red side. So.
Funnily enough, I know Red Requiem's top laner, actually. I know he was trying to get into Blue Water League for a team, and he got banned from that one for apparently buying an account. So.
Oh, well, that's.
But here's the thing. He didn't buy an account. It's just one of the admins for Blue Water really didn't like him, so he tried to make up this whole story for him. So now whenever I talk to him, I just make a joke about him being banned from multiple leagues.
Because he was accused of buying an account from
Yeah.
somebody who didn't like him.
Yep.
This is the reason why you very much need to make sure you have your administration teams in order and not just running mad with power. We are waiting on the bottom lane here for Brothers and Buckaroos, and hopefully we will be able to be getting into that game and champ select rather shortly, as said. Multiple times here, new teams to the league. They've joined for Season 2, have not matched up against any of our Season 1 teams, so we don't have too much of an idea about either of these teams. However, Kiro, I vaguely recognize him from another league I cast in. Although I might just be making things up because I see way too many names on a weekly basis in way too many games. So will definitely be interesting to see. Just taking a look at the champions and the summoners right now in the champ select, or before the champ select in the lobby here, NG. It really does look like Brothers and Buckaroos have this advantage of experience, and not even just that, but most of their team ranked fairly higher than Red Requiem.
Well, oh wait.
Yeah, looking here right now, we do see that primarily across the side for Buckaroos, everybody is over level 100. And on Red Requiem, we do have a couple of people below that, and they are a primarily gold team, uh, which primarily does seem to be an issue for the mid lane here. We'll have to see if Just Greg, the jungler here for Red Requiem, is going to be able to make an impact or difference in that lane, or if it's going to come down to Actular, the mid laner here, to just try to survive. A all too common uh, issue in my own games, as I am not the most mechanically gifted, unfortunately. So there are very many times where it's try to survive under tower and not feed too much.
Well, there are multiple champs for that. For example, Malzahar. You can put him on that and just have him just wave clear endlessly against WTM
Yeah,
and
I
just try to have
absolutely love
scale.
Malzahar for that exact reason. You can get away with doing very similar as well with Orianna if you can position your ball effectively.
Oriana's a very safe champ. The shield too on his on her E.
Yeah. All right. So there are definitely some things we will see coming through in this draft to reflect that. I would suspect Actular is the lowest ranked player on the side for Red Requiem as well. So seeing him on one of those safer laners is what I would hope to see Requiem do here instead of potentially putting him on that more traditional mid lane carry. What are your thoughts on him being potentially on the Azir NG? He's somebody that I find can be very strong, but also has some safety built into his kit as well as we get into the champ select here.
Well, Azir, he is regarded as kind of a difficult champ. Really, it comes down to knowing how to position your soldiers. If he does know how to position soldiers in team fights, he can very well pick Azir into these matchups and play a very safe lane in the farm-oriented mid lane. Vladimir banned though,
Not too surprised to see Vladimir. Another one of those champions that just, if you let him stick around and do what he wants to, he's just going to become a powerhouse monster, and there's not a lot you can do. The other ban we've seen here is the Nautilus coming through. Again, not too surprised to see that in any way, shape, or form, because he is another super strong champion here. Jinx also banned away. That one's interesting. Can you talk us through the Jinx ban potentially here?
They may be looking, well, with Jinx and Sivir banned, they may be looking to eliminate endless wave clear bot lanes, and probably are going to look for more aggressive plays to try and get their bot lane ahead instead of letting Sivir or Jinx wave clear and potentially let them scale up.
The Xerath banned away. Another one of those really safe champions, has a lot of range, very difficult to get in on. Even with some of the champions like Fizz can have a difficult time getting in on him. Alright.
No.
Alright, we will be getting into our first bit of picks here, definitely. And the Lee Sin is our first hover. Not gonna say anything until that's locked in. Yeah, switch over here to Karma. What's your thoughts on that? I know she was hit with some really hard nerfs in 913, 914?
It goes 914, yeah. The Karma pick, it can be flexed, support or top. If they do pick a melee top laner, the Karma top with Klepto, if they do pick it, is able to just free farm off of melee champs, allowing her to scale very easily into what becomes a very good shield and heal spammer.
That is true indeed. The Thresh Jarvan locked in here. Jarvan, one of the strongest early game junglers who are still really popular at all levels of play right now. Not that surprised to see him picked up. Very solid, can be played as a very tanky frontliner, can become a really strong duelist as well. So depending on how we see the rest of this draft coming through, it will be interesting to see how Jarvan itemizes. Though with Thresh already picked up, I would suspect that Jarvan has a little bit more availability and freedom to go for that damage than he would traditionally. And with that Morgana pickup, it seems to indicate Karma either mid or top. Very unlikely to see that Morgana go into a solo lane comparatively, and that's probably going to Bunny Girl Senpai.
Kindred being picked. Amen does play a bit of Kindred.
Yeah, and that does still leave some possibilities for limitations to play Kindred. I know Sneaky has been very vocal about how much he loves Kindred. A couple of patches ago, I believe it was 9.9, that he was discussing how Kindred was absolutely broken, a disgusting champion who was, very easy to carry with. And we do see Ezreal now picked up for Powwow 21 for Red Requiem. So very safe bottom lane here for Requiem, as we have the Morgana, who very easy to help snowball a lane. Is that a Diana ban? Is that a misclick?
No, WTM has been playing a lot of Diana as of recently.
I have not seen a Diana in a very long time, and there is a Gnar ban. That makes me very, very sad. I play almost exclusively Gnar at this point. Very strong champion, very, very fun to play around, and very interesting mechanically because you have to play around him properly. And the Nico is going to be our last ban here. Definitely be interesting to see how we go through the rest of these picks here. We are suspecting that JU here is on that Karma, probably not going to WTM, especially with that Morgana being covered as well. As we mentioned, that's likely to go to Benny Girl Senpai, so less likely to see Karma flexed. Vigar here for Actular. We had been discussing before we got into this draft about putting Actular on a safe farming champion. What are your thoughts on Vigar filling that role?
It comes down to Vega actually positioning. If he positions very poorly, especially against Syndra, it can lead to very easy ganks mid. In fact, Syndra does pretty well into Vega, in my opinion.
Yeah. And with the Kindred as well, that's a lot of damage coming in on these ganks. Syndra also has really easy stun setups as well, which will be a little bit more difficult for Vigar to play around. So we will have to see what this last pick coming in here is, the Volibear. Is that a Syndra ADC?
Could be, actually.
I think that's a Syndra ADC, or is the Kindred ADC with Volibear jungle?
This is going to be one wild game.
It is indeed. So that's going to be the Kennen top side. All right.
All the swaps coming out.
Yeah, let's see where everybody settles down to first. I think that's a... Yeah, that's Karma top, Volibear jungle. No, it's the Karma AD carry.
Wow.
All right. So that's a decent way of avoiding the Kennen matchup, at least. All right. Not what I expected to see coming out game one here. This is a lot of AP damage, though, coming out from the side of Buckaroos. So, though, that is also a lot of AP damage coming out of the side of Red Requiem, as Ezreal and Kennen and Vigar do a decent amount of those, though Ezreal and Kennen are mixed damage primarily.
Morgana and Karma is a very safe lane. Although, I don't know why they picked Thresh with the Ezreal, as Ezreal's looking to probably just farm up, where Thresh is looking to get aggressive mostly. But I'm excited to see how they'll play this one out.
It is definitely interesting to see how they play it out. I do suspect Thresh will be more on the flay into hook, as the ability to prolong the engages from Karma Morgana instead of setting them up, as you typically see Thresh doing. The other option is it could be for some really good gank opportunities for Jarvan with the hook into the Lantern as well from Thresh, letting them get very aggressive in 3v2 situations here for Red Requiem. So, mid, I do suspect it to go heavily in WTM's favor here. You mentioned Syndra is very strong into Vigar. She has a lot of tools to very much make Vigar hurt, and her ultimate at level 6, especially paired with that Ignite that we do see WTM repping there, will make it incredibly difficult here for Vygar to stay alive. Now, that being said, there is the barrier, which will make it so that the Ignite might not necessarily tick down and take the kill. But there is still a lot of kill pressure in that lane, even without a man getting in there to help.
From Veigar, I think either a cleanse or a TP would have been better here. For the cleanse, for the Syndra stun into a Kindred gank, it'd be able to avoid that easily. The barrier is also, I'd say it's one of those better choices, but if you do get stunned, you basically have nowhere to go since you are immobile. A cleanse definitely would have been better here, or a TP to try and alleviate some of the pressure that Syndra may put onto him.
Yeah. Now, the only reason I do necessarily like the barrier over the TP is we do see a lot of TP plays resulting in more kills from the team that is TPing in, and a lot of plays where the TP doesn't necessarily make a large advantage, and that barrier is a very strong tool to counteract that Ignite. However, that being said, we will discuss more about what will happen on the Rift when we see you there in just a few moments. We'll be taking a quick intermission as we load onto the Rift here.
We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. We're dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We're reaching for the stars. We're making this.
And we are on the rift here a little bit further in. There were some technical difficulties as well on our side, as well with the jungler here for Amen. We see a delayed invade coming in here at 1 minute in. Gonna get some vision forced out of Red Requiem here, and that 1 AP so important here for Actular as the rest of Buckaroos back away from this.
Vega again, the 1 AP starts scaling a bit earlier.
Yeah. 1 AP, gonna make the big difference. If we see WTM walk away here with that 1 HP, we know it's because he missed that first Q. That's what it comes down to at this point now.
Yep.
Double bot side start for both of these teams here. Now, that being said, Vigar, the jungler here for Red Requiem, the Jarvan, has a much better level 2 gank potential than Aman will. Though Aman will scale phenomenally well into these team fights in particular. I did want to bring up limitations here is running that glacial augment here in this bot lane for that ADC. What are your thoughts on that here for limitations?
The glacial augment, easily procced by Karma, can lead into either the Karma Q into more slows into a possibly Morgana route. But against Ezreal, they will have to time it easily well, or have to predict the Ezreal E to easily get that, as Ezreal has the blink.
Yeah, we do see that push coming in already. Limitations and Bunny Girl getting the advantage early on against Powwow here in that mid lane. The stun coming in, WTM could get a big amount of damage going in here. That's going to be the Electrocute proc as well. Actual down to half health. We have the Corrupting Potion already used, one of for WTM as well here in this mid lane. I don't necessarily think that was just for health. I think that might have also been to get the Corrupting procs off of the auto attacks here. And across the board, not much more than we'd expect. A very early shove in here from Elusive, though, on the top side here. The didn't buy an account top laner. Oh, just Greg here finding out Amen, but Greg's only about half health, going to be able to get up to Melusive. They are going to potentially fight over the scuttle. Does not look like it, as WTM has the early roam here from mid as well. Continuing on. So, as we see Red Requiem on the red side here, continuing on. Shoving top side, that's a decent amount of damage coming in to JU. As we do get WTM helping out. Oh, that's going to be a Veigar stun, not hitting onto WTM, who does walk into it at the end there. Bot scuttle will be secured here, however, for our brothers and Buckaroos on the blue side. Angie, talk me through this lane state right now here. Anything that's surprising you? Anything?
Ooh, some action happening on top.
Yeah, top lane we do see some decent trading coming in. Mid lane, decent gank survived by WTM. Forced to use the flash there though. Did not see that as we had our focus up top lane. Kindred is making a return here. Gonna have WTM feeling a little bit safer to step back up and get some more farm here too. Top lane WTM does go in. Flash used to get that first blood there.
Ooh! Hatch going
Indeed.
down. Man, oh man, how can they think he bought an account at this point?
Yeah, we will have to see another stun coming in mid lane. That's just a lot of damage being put on here onto Actular. We do see the start of a decent CS lead here bot lane already for the Ezreal, though. Almost 10 CS up at 5 minutes in. That is a fair amount of money already in the hands. Not to mention the Klepto as well. TP used from Elusive. As expected, Jarvan's up here now for a potential lane gank. I think JU wants to beat something. Is going to have the recall finished.
He is gonna cancel the recall.
Yeah.
Not quite sure why. He does have the TP to come back if this lane does crash.
Yeah, well, without just Greg being there anymore, it's not like Malusive really wants to necessarily go for that fight. If it doesn't go in his favor again and JU gets the second kill topside, he does not have TP to come back in like he used already. So,
Gee, finally does go back. It's gonna buy Mercury Treads and a Ruby Crystal. Getting the early MR and Tenacity.
a very nice first buck going into Cannon, who has the Hextech Revolver already and the Potion of Rouge that he's pilfered away. Oh, this is what we were talking about here. Greg is in a position where he might be able to use a Lantern here to come in for a gank, possibly, depending on Kiro's positioning. But no, decides to walk away. Not even going for that gank mid. There was a small opportunity, potentially, with where WTM was positioned. But that's going to be the level 6 roam coming from the mid laner up top side. Let's see how does Melusive play around this here. Jay's going in. That's the speed.
He's gonna E away.
Yeah. And
No
that
flash
should...
on the Volibear is not gonna catch up to Hash, who does still have flash.
Yeah. Now, WTM doesn't have flash either, so this could potentially be Melusive getting away just fine. But WTM is deciding that he's lost enough farm already, and he's going to go back down to this mid lane to collect that. This is going to be a gank onto Actular here from his own laner. That's an Amen going in. That's a lot of damage coming in. That's the third auto attack. That's the slow. First the attack comes in. Stun is just wide, unfortunately. Flash, going to go in. Amen's going in. Does not get the kill. Actular forced to flash, though. WTM goes in. On the backside of this, though, Just Greg manages to get Dragon.
Pretty good play by Vega. Didn't get hit by the Syndra E as the Syndra stun was whiffed.
Yeah, very unfortunate. If that had hit, that would have been it. Oh, that's the stun coming in,
Oh,
and the
no.
ultimate. That is going to be him getting the kill. The knockup comes in from Just Greg, though, but not enough follow-up damage now.
Yeah, Syndra still having Ignite, and that does mean that Jarvan does have the potential to get killed with the true damage coming from the Ignite. Although Syndra had no mana.
Yeah. Amen here does see the red spawn, is going to start taking it. WTM is already on. That's going to be Greg forced out of his own jungle here. Is brought low. Greg's down to half health. Yeah, extra Q proc brings him super low, but not going to be enough. And that's Amen going to be able to steal that red buff away too. Very good rotation from WTM. See more trading topside. JU not being able to stay much above that half health. Procs the ultimate to clear the wave and push Melusive off. 100-second cooldown for that. Not the end of the world, so. And does keep tower plates alive. So it's going to recall now as well. Gonna go and buy more.
Actually looking to get a level 2 blue buff.
Yeah. Very, very generous here from Just Greg. Misses the Q there, actually. Does not get the buff taken away just right away. Is going to get it now. WTM pinging that actually is nowhere to be found. But limitations and Bunny Girl, no, they're relatively safe right now. Black Shield and the shields from Karma as well would make it very difficult for Vigar to get a kill down here.
Yeah, with Veigar getting blue and Syndra not getting blue, Veigar does have the more mana to wave clear safer against the Syndra. Although Syndra coming back with a Lost Chapter does have the mana regen needed to stay in lane and match the Veigar's wave clear.
Yes. 2 stacks also already on that Dark Seal here for WTM. Didn't notice that. The stun comes through. Is going to continue on. Just Greg is here now. That's going to be the stun. That's going to be the knockup going on. And the ultimate actual WTM.
Syndra, I think having the flash just come up when that stun hit was unfortunate. Although Syndra was too far pushed up without flash anyway.
Yeah. Jay, you're
Flash
going for
coming
the
in with
chase
the
here.
hook is gonna go on the Karma as well. Coming in does
Yeah,
have
that's
the
gonna be
defeat the
limitations brought
Karma.
very low.
Does get the
That's
heal.
Yeah, they continue on. Bunny Girl Senpai brought very low. Ignite now being put on to the Ezreal going on. That's going to be the stopwatch being used by Bunny Girl. Going to miss all of the skill shots. Two coming in.
Oh, the missed
That's
timing.
Ezreal
Kendra
very, very
coming
low.
down.
Yeah, Amen's down here now as well. We're going to continue to see damage going into Kiro. Brought very low as well. That's been forced under tower, but not going to be enough to necessarily get any more other than to reset these waves here for Brothers and Buckaroos. Top side, we do see another gank coming here from Just Greg onto JU. That's going to be the flag and drag. Sidestep very well. Ultimate being used here from JU as well as Melusive. That should be a very easy kill. Top side manages to almost take down Greg, but not enough damage.
Very close.
Continuing to see, and now Greg forced to back off. Not going to be able to profit off of any of these turret plates top side, which are very close to going down. Unfortunate for him, but very nice for Melusive, who's going to get that extra gold going his way.
Syndra is gonna get a turret play here, putting her pretty far ahead. 300 gold up the Veigar.
Yeah. So we do see that there is a 700 gold advantage for Red Requiem already, and that is almost entirely in their Ezreal. 600 gold lead over limitations is Karma here, whereas across the rest of the board, it's relatively even. Small advantage, 500 gold lead for Kindred, 500 gold lead for Kennen, and then, as you mentioned, that almost 500 gold lead for Syndra. So across the board, just small advantages across each lane for each team here. Might be another gank side mid here. No. Not going to happen, as Just Greg is just going to pick up the pink. Oh, they are going to try to get for it, and that's going to be flash to avoid the knockup this time here from WTM.
Very good flash by WTM to avoid the Draven knockup into ulti. Although Syndra with no flash, Draven can just repeat gank if Syndra ever does walk up.
Yeah. WTM misses the Q first. It does not get the stun off. Would have been a fair amount of damage potentially coming through as the ultimate is available. Yeah, bot side again. Limitation is very low. Greg's going to be able to get
Ezreal
it.
doing so much.
Misses.
Oh, the Q!
Yeah, that is a very unfortunate missed Q. Limitations getting at with under 100 health there.
Ezreal's got to feel bad about that one.
Absolutely. As we do see a Baron or Dragon.
Another missed stun by Syndra. With no flash, he's gonna try and ult the Ezreal. You got it saved by the Kindred ulti. Morgana coming in with the ulti.
Greg's gonna fall first. As Melusive is TP'd in here, gonna have the stuns. That's going down. Amen's the only one left. Gonna be forced to go over the wall here. Melusive is gonna flash to continue this chase here. Amen brought super, super low. Forced to use the smite there to get health back and stay alive. And red team gonna get the Cloud Drake.
Very awkward yet successful fight for Red Requiem. Getting the early Drake and the kills puts their laners very far ahead.
Absolutely. We do see a 2-1 on that Vigar as well, who, as we mentioned, we were worried would be the weak link here for Red Requiem. Top side, however, Lots of turret plates managing to be picked up by JU at the end there. I believe that was 3 turret plates on that push alone on the Dragon play. And now just go back to the lane states we had before. Decent amount of trading coming in. Mid lane there, WTM unfortunately missing their Q as Actual managed to land theirs. Oh, that's going to be an elusive forced to run away. But no summoner spent. Just a little bit of Aemon's time wasted. Greg here is mid once again. But that's Aemon in the Baron pit. Is going for that repeat gank onto Malusive here. Doesn't know about this ward that Malusive already used there, but it doesn't look like Malusive remembers about it either, as he's going to be caught out here. Doesn't get the stun onto JU, but does manage to get away and connect with just Greg as well as Actular. That's going to be enough to be able to prevent that gank from being anything. As we see bot lane here, Red Requiem is also managing to get the shove on, finally, pushing into Brothers and Buckaroos.
Ezreal as a 1k gold lead onto Karma.
Yeah, and we can see that with the item advantage as well right now with the Manamune into Sheen as well. So
he's really been putting in work with the Klepto procs here.
yeah. Oh, that's gonna be actually stunned up. Amen getting lots of damage in. WTM coming in. That's Amen managing to get the kill. Yes, that's just a shutdown here. Yeah. Greg here on the bot side. That's Limitation's going to be trying to get that. Flash comes through. Root does land, and that's going to be gank avoided. Though successful, does force Limitation's flash out. On the other side, though, Amen is going to be getting Rift top side, which has been winning rather handedly. Jay does not necessarily have the kills to show up, but there's been a lot of pressure top side here from Brothers and Buckaroos.
Yeah. Rift Herald going down.
Yeah. Oh, Amen and Greg gonna walk into each other in the jungle here. That's Greg taking a lot of damage. He's gonna get the back up here. Continue to walk away. Slow comes through. Greg's brought very, very low. He's gonna jump in onto Ju. Miss from the Q from Elusive, however. That's gonna be them being able to continue on. Ju does not get the flip up. Actual is gonna miss the stun. So does WMT though, and they're both mid laners just gonna walk away, kind of going, look at what I could do.
Kendra is gonna base here and not look for the top turret. Maybe they're saving that for mid lane to open up the map more. Although bot lane here is gonna get more and more pressure. Karma going down. Ooh.
That's gonna be Power managing to get the double kill bot side. Unfortunately, we did not see that top side here. We do have the tower falling, however, in favor of Brothers and Buckaroos. Not Rift not required, as you had mentioned. So Aemon does still have that for them to be able to open up mid or potentially bot. Knockup does come in onto JU. Stun follows through. That's going to be a one very dead Volibear. No! Flash and passive is going to be enough to get him out.
Does get out alive for that turret. Powwow. I'm actually very surprised he managed to get those 2 kills.
Yeah, I unfortunately didn't get to see how that happened. I was looking up topside to see if WTM and JU managed to get that kill onto Malyusov. So, well, Aemon's here in the jungle. Might be finding Greg out again. Does not have the flag and drag this. That's really good for Aemon. Gonna be able to get the kills onto the big and the small. Slow comes through. Golden stopwatch.
Zanya's coming out.
Yeah.
Ooh, the stun from Veigar.
And the ultimate. That's gonna be Aemon dead.
Oh my goodness. Good collapse by Red Requiem.
Yeah, what looked like Greg being very caught out turned into a very dead Aemon. And now this should be a dragon for basically free as well for the side of Requiem. Oh, that's going to be the root landing here onto Ezreal. TP coming in from JU. That's going to be Greg forced off. Actually has a very good position to get the stun in. Slow coming in on Takiro. Going to be able to get the hook, forcing JU back away. Lots of damage coming in. good stun coming in. There's going to be more damage coming in from the throw here from Syndra. We see Ju going to be taken down. Kira brought down as we see so much damage
double
coming in
kill.
from Karma and WTM doing all of this
Cannon
damage.
gonna go in onto the Morgana and the cannon. Does get the
Yeah.
Morgana. Not gonna quite be able to get the Karma.
No, and it looks like potentially here with Amen and WTM, they collapse here and get Malusive, decide against it and are just going to go for that dragon. Malusive did use ult in that fight, so he's not available to try to make this a steal. So very interesting choice for Malusive, in my opinion, to try to go in on that. That's going to be the slow going in. That is limitations brought down.
my
and
God, Karma falls.
Watch from Malusive. Stun does land onto Amen, but is that going to be enough? Malusive is going to get away with that
No
kill.
energy for a Q. Very unfortunate. Oh!
Does manage to get it at the end there. That's going to be the TP coming in from Ezreal. Stun is going to do so much damage, taking even more from Dragon and getting slowed. Is that going to be able to find WTM? No.
Jesus, Malusive's actually a diamond smurf.
I thought he didn't buy another account. I thought that was the
Apparently,
whole
I've been proven wrong.
point. All right. And this should be mid tower. Amen is actually getting very low on that rift. I believe it's actually going to expire here before Amen can use it. Yes, Amen is not going to be able to get any use out of that rift herald that they managed to pick up. So a bit of wasted time on collecting that. Didn't result in anything other than, I guess you could say, denial. Red buff being given over away to Powwow here.
What's interesting is that both mid laners still do not have tier 2 boots. Syndra with the Ludens and Morello, but no tier 2 boots.
Yes, Ludens and Morellonomicon as well. Who's that Morellonomicon for? There's not a whole lot of self-healing on the side of Red Requiem.
It may just be for the flat magic penetration, as that's what most mid laners buy the Morello for. Especially burst mages, as Veigar and Ezreal are very squishy, especially Kennen too. He doesn't even really get tanky, except for some of the health from Rallies and Protobelt, but Syndra with the ulti can do a ton of damage with flat magic penetration, and
That
with
is true.
no MR being built by Veigar or Kennen, the combo from Syndra can easily 100-0 them.
Now, wouldn't Void Staff be more cost-effective if you're just looking for the magic pen?
Not right now, no, since only Mercury treads are being built for
Okay.
MR. Morello is actually better here because it's just flat magic penetration. If they had maybe say another MR item, like maybe a Negatron, maybe they completed a Spirit Visage.
Oh, that's Malusive going in. Not going to be able to get a whole lot. Slows coming through. Amen is deciding to continue to take this tower. He's going to not need to use the ultimate. Miss on the Q from Morgana is going to keep Malusive alive. That's Kira coming down, however. Is the ultimate going to... No. Buddy Girl manages to continue to walk out from that here. So we see Ju going to be carrying out some wards topside. But there's some very low members here for Brothers and Buckaroos. Miss here on the Q from WTM. Very unfortunate, missing a lot of those. Yeah, Bunny Girl very low. Is going to back now that they know that they are not an immediate threat of being dove. And Ju threatening Actular. Not going to be able to do a whole lot, though.
Zanya's being completed from Veigar. We'll be able to Zanya's most combos and live a little longer to try and get his combo out before he possibly does die to maybe Syndra R before it comes out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yoni's as well finished for both, as you mentioned, Malusive and as well Actular now too.
The Karma stopping Malusive's back.
Yeah.
Well,
Malusive is sitting on a hefty amount of gold. Does want to back right now. Oh, that's Kara. Forced to flash over the wall. Is going to go does manage to avoid Bunny Girl's ultimate, but does not manage to dodge the root. Amon's going to get that. WTM is going to be knocked up. Ultimate being used by Amon here is going to
Kindred
keep
ulti
WTM
coming out,
alive.
saving the Syndra.
Yeah, that is going to be Bunny Girl super low. Is going to use the stopwatch beautifully to avoid Greg's kill there. As Amon does go in, gets the kill there. Actual brought very low, does go down to Jayuk here. Malushev comes in, is going to do so much damage. Zonya's coming in, manages to get the double kill. Powwow not falling, getting the double as well. My apologies. Shut down as well. Ju getting the double kill. And that is an ace here for the side of Brothers and Buckaroos. Decent team fight off of the back of Kiro getting caught out, but just they didn't manage to take down the major threats from Brothers and Buckaroos fast enough.
Yeah, Syndra being alive. Syndra with the Lunas and Morello does have a ton of damage if allowed to hit her abilities with Volibear 2. The ulti does just quite a bit of damage with it and be able to tank the all the damage for the Syndra.
Yeah. We do see that Spectre's Tower coming in. Should be building into Spirit to get that extra healing as well from the passive. And I would expect to see this fight around Dragon starting up very soon. We see Greg on his way. We see Amon on the way. It's an Infernal. It's something that they want to fight for. This should be the second Infernal and the fourth Dragon for the side of Red Requiem if they do manage to get it here. Blue Girl does manage to steal away the Scuttler with the Q from Morgana. Very nice for Brothers and Buckaroos. Lets them have a little bit more control over this area than they did before. Ju there now too. Bonego going in with limitations as well. Malushev decides that this is a go button. Kiro's going to go in. Does
3-man stun from the Syndra. That's
yeah,
gonna
going
be massive.
in here. We see Malushev
And it's
going
gonna
into
go into the back line.
Double kill here. That's going to be continuing on. Amon brought very low. Malushev is going to be forced to Zonya's, but we see Greg coming in. Going to fall down. Ju doing so much damage. That's going to be Triumphs coming through. Going to help keep Malushev alive, but Kiro goes down. Amon still up with a lot of damage. He's going to try to chase down Malushev. Not sure who wants to necessarily do that. That's going to take a lot of damage from that Q and the E as well. Shut down as Limitations is going to approach. Decide not to go under town. Yeah. 4 for 4 in that dragon fight. Very, very scrappy at the end there. Not entirely sure if I agree with Amon's choice to chase after Malushev. It might have been better to go for that dragon and try to force Malushev to come to you.
Oh, Malushev canceling his back. Looking to wave clear.
Yeah, does not want to let this dragon go, or this tower fall. We see everybody else coming back alive. This still might be the tower falling regardless of Malushev's best efforts. Nope. That Q tag is enough for limitations. Yeah, the Q tag is enough for limitations to go, nope, I know my limits. This is one of them. Not going to take it here, but Malushev does know that this wave will be the end of the tower. Nothing he can do, so limitations will manage to get that outer. Mid lane just going to be the reset here. Infernal Dragon is still up. Interesting to see that the focus has shifted so drastically and suddenly to Baron, as neither team seems to be wanting to potentially risk trading those two objectives right now.
Looks like W team is finally going to get a blue buff here.
Yes. This Baron dance posturing coming out. Greg is gonna be getting that scuttle caught out potentially.
Get stolen from Syndra.
Yeah, gonna be chased off of this mid wave here. Not gonna be able to get any tower damage though. Malushev's rotating through here. If he's caught out, this could be really, really bad.
Yeah, Malushev
Greg's
with
here
3.
now. Oh, that's Greg gonna be able to find WTM. That's not moving for Syndra there. Gonna be instantly brought down. Not good for brothers.
Damage dealers too. They can definitely go for Baron.
Yeah, does not look to be the call yet here for Requiem. Might not want to necessarily risk Amon coming in and stealing that, especially using the Kindred ultimate. and Smite to guarantee that. Does have a level lead, so it is possible for that Smite steal to come through very easily with the advantage and how much damage it does. But this is the go button. That's actually using the stun or the stopwatch already. Jayu going in, doing a lot of damage. Greg is going to bring down Amen using the ultimate on the backside here. Kiro falls down. Powwow taking advantage of the ultimate from Kindred to stay alive and get that kill. Very important for him to stay alive. Malusive continuing on. Only the bot lane left here for Brothers and Buckaroos. Powwow super low, as is Malusive. Bunny Girl and Limitations do have a decent amount of health, but they don't really stay alive very well. Powwow's brought down, super low, does manage to get into on the Limitations. Bunny Girl is going to fall as well. That is 3 for 5 ace for Red Requiem, as Powwow survives with, 50 health at the end of that fight.
Very nicely played by both Malusive and Powwow.
Absolutely. So we are continuing on here as Malusive is going to get posted back.
Ambitious splash, but oh boy.
Yeah. Well, it's that state of the game. They are up in gold. Despite the state of the game right now, they have managed to keep all of the towers alive against Red Requiem, with the exception of that mid-outer. So very much a good state for Brothers and Buckaroos if they can keep these team fights a little bit cleaner and focus down these fights a little bit better. Particularly, they need to keep WTM and A-Man alive. Yeah. We do see that Infernal was taken earlier by Brothers and Buckaroos. My apologies for not noticing that.
Infernal Drake is me coming up here.
Yeah.
Both teams do want this, as it will give them the double Infernal for whichever team gets it.
JU does have TP pushing out topside. Malusive can match it, though. Both sides continuing to posture here in this mid lane. Or, not mid lane, this Dragon Pit.
Both top laners do have TP.
Yeah. So, it's going to be about if they can keep these wards alive. That's might be the go. Very good spell shield to keep Aemon there off of the hook, being able to stun him up. This is going to be the dragon going to go down. I'm not entirely sure who got that. I believe Greg did.
Red Requiem's actually going to get it.
Yeah, Aemon is going to be using the ultimate here to side of the Grig ult. That's going to be WTM going down. Actually, a very good use of the stopwatch there to stay alive. It's going to be a 1-for-0 in favor. Sorry, a 2-for-0 in favor of Red Requiem. They are coming online here. These fights are going very much in their favor. Gold lead next to nothing. And a lot of standing gold for Red Requiem. So if they can collect that, they are in a very good position now. Oh, Aemon might be caught out here. Finds Just Drag is going to do a bunch
vision.
Yeah. But Malusive is on the back here. That's the ultimate. That's the double stun. That is double kill.
That is massive. And that's going to be Baron probably with Karma and Kindred down.
Absolutely should be the call here for us to see Red Requiem go in. And that is going to be it. Bunny Girl trying to see if there's anything that she can do, but JU had just backed off. I don't think anybody's going to be able to get there in time. That should be a free Baron. They know it's happening, but what can they really do about it? And as mentioned, it's going to be all that freestanding gold of these outer turrets and inner turrets that Red Requiem hasn't gotten yet. That's going to come their way now. Be interesting to see where these people decide to move to collect this gold coming in now.
Israel gonna pick up the blue buff for him.
Yeah. We continue on here. Just going to be the wave clearing coming in here for Brothers and Buckaroos. We do see already that gold lead that had been nothing prior to that Baron is now 2k in advantage for the side of Red Requiem. Kiro's going to be caught out here. He's going to be taking a lot of damage. Going to miss the hook. He's going to be able to get the flay. Powwow just dunks on A-Man. Health bar disappears in a blink of an eye. So much damage coming through on that one here. As Mothership did get top tower, is going to continue on with Jayu. He's going to get the stun here. Brought top inner very, very low. There should be at least one of these two inners falling as well. The 1-4 working out very well for Red Requiem.
Top lane and mid pushing. Baron up minions do take reduced magic damage, so Karma,
Yeah.
Morgana, Karma, Morgana, and Syndra. Ooh, Lucian's
Now, Lucius-
gone.
Yeah, stun into ulti. This is why Syndra is, in my opinion, as much of an assassin as she is a control mage. You just click on a person and they disappear.
Oh man.
We do get to see the reverse push here. They are going to be able to siege up onto this inhibitor here for the side of Brothers and Buckaroos. Very difficult, as you mentioned. A lot of the wave clear here for them is magic damage in nature, and Baron buff will make that reduced by quite a lot. A-Man pushing up top lane as they do their own 1-4. With the 5-man push coming through mid now. Sorry, just the 4-man. The Lucius is still down. Gonna clear that up. Not a whole lot of opportunity for much to go wrong. 40 seconds for Elder to spawn. Malusha is back up and in time for this. This should be the fight that really decides the game. Both teams have open inhibitor towers. Both teams really need this Elder Dragon. If Red Requiem gets it in particular with that double Infernal, it is going to be so much damage given over to their side that it's going to be very, very difficult for Brothers and Buckaroos to stop them, which has already been a difficult thing for them to do in these team fights leading up to this point.
Baron buff should be running out soon.
Yes, we should be seeing that off of everybody now. So it will not be a double buff with the Elder and the Baron. That being said, this fight should still decide everything. Winner probably takes all home at this point, unless, as long as there are 2 or 3 people still up for whichever team wins, there's not a whole lot that the other team should be able to do to stop an Elder up team at this point against each other. Melusiv is TPing in. That's going to be the hook sent out. Not going to connect onto anything. Elder is still leashed right now. Going to be putting out a lot of damage as we see them continuing to fight over what's going on here. Dragon's brought very, very low at 6,000 health. The Dragon does
Coming in
stay
from
alive.
Morgana.
Yep, there's going to be the ult coming in from Elusive as well, but stunned up is brought very low. The ultimate from A-Man, Elusive alive. Shutdown comes through. However, the backside Benegold goes down. Jayu falls as well. That's 3 for the side, or 2 kills now. Greg flashing in, going in. That's A-Man brought very low. There's no ultimate left for A-Man. Sorry, that was limitations brought low. Greg does fall to A-Man as he continues to push damage in. Powwow's going to keep doing a lot of damage though. Heals coming in. WTM still very healthy. Going to take a lot of damage from that Q though, as 3-on-3 now. But jungler advantage for this side of Brothers and Buckaroos. We will have to see what continues on here. Both sides look like they want to keep posturing to prevent the other from taking it, but aren't ready to take the switch yet. Limitations has backed to heal, is on his way back, but we just see Red Requiem sort of running around this choke point, not committing to anything, because they see A-Man continuously pressuring them anytime they do. That's going to be them knowing that A-Man is alone. I would kind of like to see these 3 men try to collapse him. Limitations there now as well. That's the opportunity. They're gone. As WTM's going to go get blue for himself. And everybody's going to sort of walk away from Elder for a minute. So, not a whole lot of summoners burned. Malyusov did use his TP. JU does still have that. Elder's going to be started up again. Heal down from both sides, but there's still a lot of these ultimates. Yeah, Jay is going to TP into the backside. A-Man's That's going to be chasing it onto Malusive. Lots of damage going to come in. But not going to be enough. That's Elder dropping. 5,000 health. Good root. That's going to be the miss of the Q. So much damage
Ooh.
going on to Actular. Kiro brought very, very low as well. Power going to throw out the ultimate. Not going to be able to get a kill. Malusive brought bringing very low. And that is going to be a triple kill here for Malusive. Coming in huge in that team fight. I believe Elder, however, did still go over to Kindred. And that's going to be the run to Baron for these last 3 members here. 27 seconds for Bunny Girl. That is a free Baron. And with the waves pushed out, they are no chance for the towers off of it. Instead, Malusive is going to try to see if he can rectify that. This looks like it should just be game here. Yeah. Malusive pushing up mid here. Still 15 seconds for limitation or WTM to get up. Baron at 3,000 health here. Malusive should be able to get this tower before limitations or WTM is up. Bunny Girl is down. That's Baron. That's going to be Inhibitor Tower falling. Bunny Girl is there. Misses the root. Inhibitor is going to fall as well. Malusive is actually brought rather low.
Oh my god, was that 1Q? That did half
I-
Morgana's HP!
Yeah.
Well, this has been full build. Holy moly, he's actually massive.
Yeah. So we will have to see. Not going to necessarily be the game off of that push, but it is very much in Red Requiem's favor. Gold lead at this point doesn't mean too much, as there is not a whole lot of advantage in the stats from these items. Again, going to come down to 1 or 2 more team fights.
Vagar does have Rabadons now. Is gonna hit the 1000 AP mark. And he's
Yeah.
gonna start one-shotting Syndra or Kindred, depending on if they use their items or not.
Yeah, we will have to see. GA is up for Kindred now. Amen will have that opportunity. Won't necessarily have to use the ultimate to keep Greg alive when ulted on. Top turret is going to be sieged up. Malusive isn't entirely sure where he wants to go right now, it looks like. Oh, Amen's calling the go button. They're moving in here. That's going to be actually brought very, very low. Forced here, you going in. That's very good use of the lantern here to get Actular out. Jayu's brought low.
Kenneth's gonna go into the
able to
backline.
survive. Here, Amen, great use of the ultimate. Now Elusive is going to get the healing. Bunny Girl is going to fall. Limitations is very low. Amen continuing to put damage, though. That's going to be Greg going down. That's, I believe, was Bunny Girl falling. Sorry, WTM falling there. As 3 members still alive here for Red Requiem, and only 2 on the side of Brothers and Buckaroos. Though, that is a decent amount of Baron buffs that were removed here. But that's going to be top. Inhibitor turret gone. Amen's going to continue
look
this
for a hit,
chase.
but not.
Flash, that
Andrew
should
gonna
be
flash over the
Kiro.
hood. Gonna look for Thresh. Thresh just flashed away Ezreal. E flash away. Although Kindred, with movement speed buff from Karma, is gonna catch up after Thresh.
Yeah, does get the 1 kill on the end there. So Powwow's now the only one left with the sorry, Powwow and Actual are the only ones left with Baron, I believe. Nope, Actual does not have it. Gonna save the Nexus Towers as well. Top inhibitor is still alive, but is open now. So very difficult position for Brothers and Buckaroos to defend.
Man, oh man. Kennen has earned over 21,000 gold this game, thanks to Klepto and Nim being 17 and 5. Then has done outstanding in this game. Same with Powwow, 13 and 3. Both
Yeah.
have carried this game so hard.
Yeah, and right now it's very much on the back of A-Man to put out all of this damage in these team fights as well. WTM does do the burst, but is taken down very, very quickly as well. When we go to game 2, do you suspect that we will be seeing a Kennen ban coming through this time?
Possibly. Unless they find very hard counters to the Kennen, I think Kennen will be banned.
I'd almost be disappointed to not see Kennen be banned.
Yeah.
As much as I am absolutely loving Malushev's Kennen, from the side of Brothers and Buckaroos, it would almost be throwing. Jay going in here is going to get stunned up. Flashes to avoid it, but still does get it. Ultra going in, doing so much damage. That's Greg going in onto limitations here as they continue on this chase. Another stun coming onto JU. That's going to be Greg falling. But that's Malushev on the top side, going to get the inhibitor.
If no one stops him, he's gonna get one of the Nexus turrets.
Yeah.
He's gonna back off though, as Volibear has backed.
Yeah. Oh, that's WTN going in. Axler so close to falling there. That is 100 health. That is
man.
not
1 HP.
even. That is not even the health you get off of Triumph, which he did manage to proc with the kill. That's Amen brought low. Malushev doing so much damage to him. Not going to be able to proc the TA. Yeah. This should be the Elder Drake spawning in 10 seconds here. Red Requiem very much wants that. This will be their first Elder Dragon, so they won't get the same bonuses that they would have if they had managed to get the last one, or if A-Man steals this one again. That being said, they do have 4 dragons that will be powered up by this dragon, this Elder Dragon buff.
Double Infernal with the Elder is very, very scary, especially with something like Vagar, who gets even more AP off it.
Absolutely. That's going to be the stun coming in. That is Malushev just
Gia going down.
Amen. The stun coming in. Shut down onto Amen.
Ezreal coming in.
Yep, that is the fight.
Melissa's gonna flash in on. Karma going down.
Yeah, they don't even need to get Elder. They can end right here. With Amen,
this game's gonna go over to Red Requiem.
Yeah, with JU, Amen, and limitations down. WTM and Bunny Girl do have decent wave clear, but against 5 members of Red Requiem, it's just not going to be enough. So, yeah, Greg not even going to be patient enough to let their minions get in there. You're going to start taking up these towers. Tower 1, Tower 2. Nexus low. Bunny Girl does manage to get 1 stun with the ultimate, but doesn't much matter when your Nexus is dead. That is game 1. We will be joining you when we return for Champ Select of game number 2. We will be back very soon with that.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, 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 won't you let the light shine through? Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true.
And we are back with Red Requiem versus Brothers and Buckaroos. Red Requiem on the blue side. Unfortunately, we do not get to have the fun of our red team on the red side. And we are going to go through our pick band phase here. We started off with very similar bands to last time, Vladimir and the Jinx. I also have a quick message from our production team. They would like to apologize for the issues we had in Game 1. This is the start of Season 2. We are starting with a new production team as well. I am no longer the one making all of the mistakes. So we apologize for that, and we hope that by next week, Week 3 in particular, we should have most of these hiccups figured out and fixed. And we won't necessarily be having those as an issue. So we are waiting on this third ban here for Brothers and Buckaroos, and that cannon taken away from Elusive is so important here. Was just a monster on that last game, absolutely wrecking people.
Definitely the MVP of the last game.
Oh, without a doubt, single-handedly, hands down. Powwow did definitely do a lot of work, and the Gnar. I love Gnar. I said it last game. I play a lot of Gnar. I play almost exclusively Gnar. I love Gnar. So we definitely I'm lane to watch for me. Be interesting to see how Elusive plays around this Rage. And we have this Sejuani picked up as well for Greg. Really good to pair up with the Gnar when Mega as well. Just so many stuns potentially coming through there post 6. The knock up into the wall, auto attack, then the W, auto attack, and now you've got 2 stacks just from Gnar as well. Sejuani should be able to apply 2 during that time as well. You get a 3rd stun coming through. Swain or Jarvan, whoever gets caught up in that is going to just have a not fun time. And NG, you very much were excited to see this Diana into Xerath. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, Diana does have a bit of issue pre-6. Post-6, Diana should just be able to ult onto Xerath like anytime. With the drive-in pick, They are able to shut down Zeph if he is playing a little too safe, as Jarvan does get an easy engage on the Zeph as he is immobile. Although Zeph being able to sit 6 miles back should not be able to die to Jarvan pre 6 if he does play the lane correctly. Although
That is
Diana's gonna be a different story, pro 6.
Now we do have the barrier coming through for Xerath and Axelar once again. So you did have some choice words about that from Axelar last game. Would you rather see the TP again this time around coming in, NG?
No, Burial of Zeph is fine. I actually think with the TP on Veigar, since you are looking to farm your stacks, it's just better for farming side lanes to be able to get to fights faster with the TP. Although Xerath, you can't just sit mid lane and wave clear, so the barrier is gonna be better for surviving the Diana and Jarvan ganks.
All right, and now this bot lane is. You mentioned as well earlier the Yumi not being picked up here for Bunny Girl, the Soraka instead being paired up with this Ashe. What are your like you said, you had some thoughts on that. What are they there?
I think since the Thresh was picked, they definitely didn't want to pick Yumi in there, as she can get flayed and hooked out of hopping between different champions. So they may be looking for Soraka to have an easier time, maybe, as she's not as squishy as Yumi. But she definitely still is squishy against the Thresh Tristana kill lane.
And it will be very difficult for Gnar in particular to navigate around that silent zone. I know I rely a lot on that auto Q auto to get off in mini Gnar form to just do so much work for you. And the silence from Soraka just makes your life living hell trying to navigate around that, especially because you can't E through it. So, top lane, despite playing a lot of Gnar, Swain is not somebody I've played against a lot. So I'm not super familiar with that matchup as the 1v1. That being said, Swain does have the range as well. Gnar doesn't necessarily have the opportunity to go in post 6 the same way he would against a lot of other laners. So gonna come down to jungle pressure, in my opinion, for that lane. Bot lane, we've already said, pre-6 is going to be Xerath just trying to keep Diana down. Post-6 is going to come down to jungle pressure and Axelar's positioning to not get instantly deleted by Diana. And then bot lane, we have gone over again real quick. Just going to be very difficult here for Bunny Girl to stay alive. Going to come down to Kiro's hooks, going to be making the big difference. We are going to once again go to a quick break. We will see you once we load onto the Rift again. And until then, don't go anywhere.
invincible.
Seconds until minions spawn.
Welcome back to game 2 of Brothers and Buckaroos on the red side versus red Requiem side this time. And NG, we have level 1 shenanigans.
Level 1 is very strong with the Thresh Sejuani, and the press the attack on Nar will allow for the extra damage if procced. Looking for the Q onto Ashe. Oh, they're looking for the Ashe. Sejuani gonna go in, although nothing much can be done. Sejuani's gonna get a little poked out. Ashe, half HP now. One more gold for Soraka as she procs the Spell Thieves.
The press attack on Nar, not something I run a lot of. I very much go Conquerors usually. Not Conquerors, sorry. Fleet Footwork, because you can proc that very easily, gives you a lot of lane sustain. You don't have mana, so who cares? And the speed boost from it makes for some very interesting engage opportunities. So I definitely understand the press the attack. You run around 3 auto attacks a lot. Like I said, auto Q. Auto is usually a go-to. So
it may be for the extra damage on ganks. Could see
that is what I'm suspecting. Yeah, I'm suspecting it is entirely for those ganks and those team fights. Like I said, a lot of the time I like the fleet footwork primarily just for that heal. The fact that I can just stay in lane forever.
Well, I don't think he needs to heal quite in this lane. He's pretty safe in the Swain.
Yeah. So bunch of trading mid. As we said, what we really wanted to see coming out of Axelar here pre-6 is just to get a lot of damage down, try to force WTM out of lane, and full red side
from Ashe.
Yes, a very good full blue side clear from Amen as well here. So gonna have a very strong Jarvan leading this jungle here for Amen. Decent trade topside. We should see that level 2 Gnar transformation coming through very soon. This is something I look for a lot when I watch Gnars. You know roughly when your level 1s and 5 transformations should come through. Actually managed to drop the Rage long enough to get to level 3, so does have a small opportunity here that he could potentially jump onto JU to try to get a bit of a damage trade here with the WQ. But nope, just gonna stay safe. As Aman decides that Greg's jungle is his jungle. Doesn't have vision here, but does know that buff isn't there. Is gonna go through, gets the knockup. Greg's forced to flash. That is very lucky here for Greg. Very good escapes here for WMT as well as Aman. Malusia forced away from lane here to help deal with Greg, who does not have flash. That's going to make his ganks very weak. We will likely not be seeing a whole lot of him pre-6 at this point. Not even backing 150 health. This is questionable. As Amen is waiting in the sidelines for Axelar here.
Can try to get a gank off on mid, Jarvan. Not quite getting it. Guess I get the slow. But it's not going to move down towards the bot scuttle into Sejuani.
We do see Bunny Girl and Limitations moving over as well.
Silence coming out. The flash knockup. Sejuani's going to get away though. Bomb coming onto Jarvan. Not going to quite get the kill. But it's going to force Greg to back. Jarvan is going to be looking for more camps now onto the Krugs. Does miss the just missed the EQ combo onto it. He's gonna wait again for the E.
Yep. Top side here, we do see this gonna be a flash forced from JU to stay alive. Not gonna be answered by Malusiv. I don't know if his E was up or not. Would have been interesting to see if he could have made that work. But I'm a very aggressive Gnar. This is the issue. So almost 6. This will be a turning point here in this top lane matchup as well. Mid lane also almost 6. That is going to be WTM backing here at. Got a really good shove in, so it isn't going to lose anything here. I believe we'll lose just the 1 wave here. Unfortunately, it is the cannon wave. Always unfortunate when you have to back on that one. So.
Ooh, my chair needs more oil.
Yeah. So, not a whole lot happening in this game yet. Very much anticipated. Not going to see a whole lot of action until 6, definitely for mid lane. Top lane, we do have the 6 coming through. Should be their next wave, I would imagine. Yeah, that's not going in. He's deciding that that's going to be enough. But 6 here by Jiu first. That's going to be forced flash out from Malusive.
Very well timed level up from JU to hit 6 while fighting Dinar. Then it's gonna go onto the Xerath. Stun not quite in tower range, he's not gonna get anything off it. Xerath now is very poked out of lane and has to back.
Yeah.
Damn.
Very good hold of the Ignite as well from WTM. It wasn't going to be enough to down. I know I would have been a little greedy on that finger press and would have tried to get it. So very good control there from WTM.
Yeah, especially with Xerath still having barrier and flash. Definitely would have been a waste to use it there. Although Xerath now with the Lost Chapter can now spam wave clear with the extra AP and mana. And he's gonna be looking for a very safe laning phase against Diana.
Yeah. We will see, however, if Diana can keep these pushes coming in, if she can potentially get some good roams off. We do see that Malusive has been pushing up a lot topside, as well as bottom side has had some opportunities for ganks. So we will have to keep an eye on that. Greg going to be able to get 5 now. Still a decent way behind A-Man, though. The edge of the queue catching Jayuk. That's always the best feeling as a Gnar and the worst against one. And as mentioned, that's going to be WMT making that rotation bot side.
Being looking for something, not quite gonna get anything. Just gonna hook onto the dragon and gonna go towards the Diana. And now it's stuck in the Baron pit. I mean, dragon pit.
Yeah.
Looks like they're gonna start the dragon here.
Yeah,
And
that's
gonna get the first blood onto that. Gonna get another R onto Sejuani. Sejuani does fall to the Ash, and it looks like Infernal Drake will be going over to BAB.
Yeah, that was very greedy from the side of Hero and Just Greg there. They took a lot of damage from the dragon. They didn't have a lot of health. They knew that everybody was there and was rotating over. WMT was right there. Actually, hadn't even started the rotation yet. Kiro didn't have ult. Greg didn't have ult. That was just very greedy play from the side of.
I'm not sure why Thresh wanted to go in on that hook onto the dragon, as he has no way of escaping.
Yeah, I think there was
there.
a miss on the lantern to try to help pull Greg in. I don't necessarily know. I definitely agree with trying to get the aggro of the dragon onto WMT. We saw how much damage that dragon did to Kiro there.
Flashing out from Greg. A-Man 2 levels up to Sejuani. He's gonna be looking for more of his jungle.
Yeah. And that jungle is absolutely his with WMT there to a little bit of a priority from Jayu. Malusive, if he wants to rotate in, has to give up some of these minions here. So, no, with that rage being very high, I would not be surprised if he's trying to go in here. Yeah, Jayu is very close to that wall there. It is a very easy stun to get with the Gnar ultimate.
Living with 1 HP, barely manages to get out with the ulti onto A-Man. Stun coming in from Xerath.
So this is going to keep Greg very far behind. Just hitting 6 now, and A-Man is halfway to level 8 already. Huge jungle difference. Now, it hasn't amounted to a whole lot of jungle pressure difference, unfortunately, for the side of Brothers and Buckaroos.
Jarvan is now 30 CS up the Sejuani, and with the Tiamat and the Bambi Cinder, he's gonna be looking to clear the jungle as soon as possible. The Tiamat AoE and the Bambi Cinder passive, clearing those camps almost instantly and looking for more ganks with the Jarvan.
Now we see Greg and Axel are making their way bot side. Limitations is gonna not spot that out. Does spot out Axel, so they do know where he is, but Greg spotted on that ward. Very safe play there from Limitations and Bunny Girl. Phage already done from Yusuf. That's gonna feel nice here as Aemon makes a visit to collect a ward for himself. Yeah. Next dragon is up in 2 more minutes, and that is a mountain that should be another contested dragon here for both of these teams. Baron, very nice for both of them to have. Actualer in particular has a lot of siege potential. A little bit more difficult for the side of Buckaroos, though Ashe has gotten very good at that with her W. Just being able to spam that from just out of tower range to make it very difficult for people here. And yeah, Aemon has decided to start Rift.
Oh my god, the Sejuani are. Ashe gonna cleanse out of here. Zaka ult coming out, the heal coming out from Ashe. And both are gonna get away. Unfortunate Sejuani are.
And that's actually Powwow forced out of lane. Gank to... Oh, WMT's down here. Is that going to be a tower dive?
Doesn't quite look like it. Don't think he has quite the damage to do it. Although, he's gonna go in! 3-man knockup.
That's a 3-for-1 in the bot lane there. Heal used by Powwow, flash used by Powwow, Ignite used by Kiro as well. That's a lot of summoners. Now, Limitations and Bunny Girl did have to use all of those summoners as well momentarily. For topside, we see a destroy Yusuf there.
I take back what I said about last game about him buying his account.
He bought Kennen. He downloaded how to play Kennen.
I wouldn't say he's a diamond player buying a gold account. I'd say he's a bronze player buying a gold account.
Bold statements coming in from the casting team here tonight.
And you know, actually, during that dive, Malusive tried to TP in, but Swain actually cancelled the TP from Gnar.
Oh, indeed, I do see that as well here. Yeah. So, very well played by JU. We don't necessarily know where Malusive was positioning for that, unfortunately. So, we can't necessarily say if that was good play by JU, potentially going in and taking a tower shot for it or not. But this is going to be Dragon.
JU's going to TP in. Sejuani, I mean, they're going to get hit by the Ashe arrow. Although, no vision onto Sej.
So that should be enough for them to get Dragon. Yeah, they do get it. Decent damage coming in.
Good stun from Zerab.
Yeah.
Oof, the Q barely missing, although it wouldn't have mattered with the Soraka healing.
Yeah.
They are gonna get Infernal and Mountain. 2 very strong Drakes.
Yeah. And this is looking very much like the last game here, where Brothers of Buckaroos really strong early game, and then it was 16-minute mark where Red Requiem kind of got the stuff back together, managed to stem the bleeding, and then it was 30 minutes where Red Requiem just started winning. Now, I do feel like part of that was a limitation being on the Karma instead of the traditional AD carry.
Ashe is gonna go down. Good CC from Red Requiem. Looks like Tristana is gonna get 2 kills. Powwow, 2-1 is gonna be very strong now.
I talk about last game, and the exact same thing from last game happened once more. A good gank from Greg managing to get Powwow a double kill in the bot lane, getting him a little bit ahead compared to his lane opponent. Now is even in gold with Ashe. He's going to be able to get a little bit more ahead now with picking up these tower plays. Not going to get a lot because there are 2 other people with her. Forcing WMT to rotate as well. But this is looking very much like last game.
Oh, you know what they say? Lose lane, win game.
Yeah. Usually that happens because you won lane worse than somebody else lost lane on your team, not because all 3 of your lanes were winning and suddenly somehow you're still losing all of the team fight.
Hey,
There
it's
we go.
Season 9 League of Legends. Anything can happen. Looks like Malusive is going to go onto the Swain. Swain is going to come out, is going to heal off more with the Abyssal. Is going to heal with every spell he casts.
It was a very nice, cheeky Gnar ultimate from Malusive. That's the kind of thing I would like to see him doing more of. Very good use there of the E as well to get away. This is my favorite thing to do with Gnar. You sit there with 2 stacks on 1 minion, and you leave it to threaten the speed boost that you get when you proc the 3rd one. And so you start running at your opponent, and they go, well, they're not faster than me. And then you proc it, and then they realize their mistake. Oh, did you see the hook? Just short.
You know, watching this Gnar and the Swain match really got me thinking. I remember the Swain buff that would happen a little while ago. The range buff on his Q from 625 range to 725.
Yes. That is definitely helping, although it's just zoning Gnar out from getting those triple procs as much. His Q has stupid range. Oh, that's actually heal coming in from Soraka as well.
More of a bloodbath happening bot lane. Both Howwow and Kira are gonna go down.
Is Malusive gonna be able to turn it around topside? Let's see here. Does get the triple.
Swain doesn't have ulti.
No ulti for Swain. Gnar will have ulti. Is that half to rage? Will be able to potentially go for it in the next fight if Swain's stuck around, but not going to. And that is first tower as well. Bot lane here going over to the side of Buckaroos. I hate to keep drawing the comparison, but this is very much still looking like the first game. And as much as typically you look at a 6,000 gold league at this point and go, this is very much in the hands of Brothers and Buckaroos. The way that the last game sort of just fell apart on them leads me to believe otherwise. Good dodge on the gank there from Elusive though.
Ash looking very strong with Essence Reaver and the Sheen going for the Triforce second.
Yeah. Spellbinder on to Diana as well here. Black Cleaver completed for Gnar. I will be interested to see what Gnar goes for from this point on. There are some opportunities for you to try to go into tankier builds with Gnar, or go into more damage. Iceborne is, or not Iceborne.
Good dodge.
Yes, very good hold on the E.
Diana is gonna catch up to Xerath. Not having quite the mobility. He's gonna go down to Diana.
Now Red Requiem is gonna be trying to get this with. You do see Buckaroos making their way over. Greg is gonna get it. And they're gonna get out. Alright. As I was saying though, it will be interesting to see what Gnar itemizes into. There are a number of options you can do here. The most prominent being the Iceborne Gauntlet, I believe is the name of it. No, that's the one with Sheen. What's the item that slows on auto attack?
Frozen Mallet.
Frozen Mallet, that's the one. That's the
Frozen Mallet.
Yeah.
And he's been looking for the Sedge running good R. Although doesn't have quite the damage to follow up from it.
No, even with that tower. Down to 200 HP. Another wave or two should be enough to get it here for Buckaroos. As we had mentioned, that top lane siege being pretty good here with that Ashe. A little bit of a misplay there, I'd say, by Jayuk here. Not using the fact that he forced Malusive close to try to pair into that route. And we can see A-Man here waiting to go in. That's going to be Axelar.
Barrier. A futile attempt by Axelar. Doesn't have quite the ability to match the Diana and Jarvan.
No,
he's going to always get collapsed on.
Yeah. What's Malusive gonna do here? Yeah, just gonna fire him out from range. Sure. Oh, jumping in, gonna get the stun. Q. Is he gonna try to ult him last moment? Yes, he does. Does not get him against the... Does manage to get the first proc, but doesn't have his rock, so he's not gonna have Q. Make it very, very difficult for Nar to be able to chase Swain. The poke coming in on this top lane out of limitation. Just disgusting here. Forcing Kira and Pow out back.
The Essence Reaver and Sheen CDR with the Ashe is disgusting because Ashe can just spam W and W over and over, and it's easy comet procs.
Yeah. And with the getting the slow as well, it's almost guaranteed. That's a flash being used. Soraka ultimate flash coming in from Nar as well. That's gonna be the kill.
There we go. We've upgraded from silver to gold from that one play.
I thought we were at bronze.
Well, he does have a farm lead. Puts him in silver.
Alright. And we will see. Oh, gank coming top side. Greg.
Flash.
Flash.
Ashe can flash away.
Good silence as well there, used by Bunny Girl. Gonna be able to prevent the coming through from Greg. It was available, and that flash knockup would have been enough to help. Yeah, Malus is gonna jump off the head, but not gonna be able to do enough damage to that Jarvan fast enough. So much damage coming in from Eamon.
Not much you can do there.
Not really.
Looking at the scoreboard, doesn't look like just Greg is doing too hot in the jungle. Almost 100 farm down in 3 levels.
Eamon is just a monster right now on this Jarvan. He was absolutely destroying it on the Kindred last game here, and now still doing very, very well this game on the Jarvan.
Hex Trinker is going to be bought for Gnar. He's looking for the extra shield from Diana and Swain to hopefully try and outplay.
Yeah, top we see the siege continue on. They've left Axelar up here with his wave clear to try to deal with that, putting Tristana and Kiro in the bot lane. Greg is going to spawn that Rift Herald, not going to let it go to waste the last game like we saw Ayana do, but it's going to just walk down mid lane, not going to really get any value. It's just going to have been summoned.
Rift Herald not doing too much there.
No. Like I said, at least it got summoned this game, so there is that. Oh, top lane is very, very
Top tower
low.
may fall here actually.
That's gonna be top tower.
Actually, not being able to quite wave clear against the Ashe.
Yeah.
That's gonna be picked up for Tristana.
Yeah. Now we do see Brothers and Buckaroos have opened up the map now. Will be interesting to see how they play. Greg is down bot lane.
Gonna get rooted. The Joining are coming out. So yeah, I was gonna come out and try and wave clear off. Does get the root onto Sedge. And he lives with a sliver of HP. That is gonna go in.
Yeah,
Although it's
but
gonna get
there's
hooked out. Not having quite.
Amazing
flash.
flash by WTM. That would have been death if he hadn't flashed out of that. The flay into the ultimate was almost enough for Malus. The knockup though,
Gonna get hooked again. Oh, they're driving. 2 kills here. It's gonna flash onto the Tristana. Tristana getting the W reset. It's not gonna get hit by it. Driving. Oh, will he dodge his RF? Or
dodges 3 out of 4.
It's gonna go down to Tristana.
Is Greg gonna be able to get this tower? Not Greg, but the tower does fall. That should be Greg falling in a moment here to JU. But top side, Eliminations and Bunny Girl gonna get an inhibitor off of this.
Maybe not quite the inhib, but the inhibitor is very, very important.
Absolutely. As we continue on, seeing this 2-1, yeah, 2-2-1 kind of split coming in here with Diana and mid. We see Bunny Girl and Limitations relegated to top lane, and Jarvan swapping between the two, and Swain and Malusive being left alone in their top island in the bot lane this time.
Diana does now have her 2-item spike, the Death Cap and the Spellbinder. Is going to be doing massive damage against the Seraph and the Tristana, who have not built any MR.
Yeah, that's An
Interesting to
interesting
see.
choice.
Zev picking up a Zanya's, not a Banshee's Veil.
Yeah, definitely an interesting choice. It's the only AD really coming out from limitations here. And he has been primarily dealing with WMT and Jayuk. He's been doing a lot of work for himself across the board. Oh, WMT's gonna find people in the jungle.
Ooh, Yashiro not quite landing his mark.
Yeah. The pink has been saved by always good to see people willing to risk their lives for a single pink ward. That 75 gold is very important.
Ashe does now have the Triforce Essence Weaver Spike. Is very strong now.
Yeah. Wave clear coming in. 5-man stacks mid. Very much taking from the LCS style of how you play. You open up the map and then you 5-man stack mid and you just keep beating against towers until you win. The effective way of winning games.
Adopting the NA RAM.
Yes.
Oh my god. Diana Q's chunking.
Yeah. You had mentioned it. Lots of damage coming through with that 2 Abaddon Spellbinder completed. That's also a decent amount of damage coming in from Swain there. Ashe is the W hitting from Ashe. That's Xerath very low.
Travis gonna go for the top in him. Doesn't quite get it. It's pushed off from the Gnar.
Yeah. Well, with Gnar at full rage, you definitely need to be careful here as this Jarvan. He can 100 to OU at this point with those stuns and have that chase potential when he goes back to mini. So you really want to get in right around now for A-Man. Now that Malusive isn't going to be able to build any more rage for a few moments. So that's going to be inner turret, sorry, falling. And probably going to see a reset coming in now for Brothers and Buckaroos as Requiem decide they need to heal up as well. Except for Malusive. Malusive decides he wants more farm.
Wow. He is looking for more farm. He is out farming the Swin. But
yes,
let's see.
Diana has done Malusive.
Oop. Diana's gonna
That's
go.
gonna be mega.
Let's get the
Yeah.
just flash Diana Q.
That is the big thing.
Reset.
Yeah. Nope, no reset, no continuous chase. That's the big thing when fighting against the Gnar. You have to very much to that rage. I have gotten level 2 kills off of people who didn't recognize how to deal with the rage. Good buster shot there.
Oh man.
BTM. Gonna survive 150 health there at the end of that. Very well played though by Powwow, managing to stay alive at the least as well.
Gets popped by the Swain W.
Yeah. In shop. I expect to see that coming through from chat any moment now.
Not quite being able to make it out in time. Did have heal, didn't think it would kill him though.
Yeah. And as mentioned, Malusive just continuing to collect that farm. 230 farm already. Up there with Limitations and the Diana. As Iron Man and Limitations start this Baron.
Swain's actually very powerful here with the Leandries and Abyssal. Will now be burning everybody in his ulti, and Baron is going to go over easily to Brothers Buckaroos.
Yeah.
Double mountain.
No contestant coming in from Red Requiem. Didn't quite have the ability to get in on that. So he's gonna see this reset come through as Red Requiem is going to push out all of the lanes. We see Malusive collecting, again, even more money in that bot lane here. Did a good job pushing at that top lane, so it's going to be difficult for Jayuk to be able to get too much off of this right away of this Baron buff. As we now start to see A-Man making his way bot side. might be an indication for them to go on him between Malusive and Ow Wow. Yeah. Mega. That's Jonya's so much used there, but hey man is going to be able to walk out just fine. Flash having to be spent, and that is unfortunate for him. Gonna make his well, I was gonna say ganks, but we're well past that point. Make it a little bit more difficult for him to get these engages off still though. He is their main frontline and their main engage, WTN. Still a bit of an assassin, supposed to go in there and dive, get the kill.
No Sejuani are now. Pretty big. Not gonna be able to get the pick engage they wanted, although another Inferno is gonna be picked up for Brothers and Buckaroos.
Yeah.
That is 17% extra AD and AP.
Yeah. I would like to see Malusive try to go in on. Does have Mega, but no, decides against it. Yeah. As you mentioned last time as well, the Baron buff giving that AP, making it very difficult for Tular to wave clear. As you can see him take so much damage when he gets caught with that W here from Swain. The inhibitor finally falling.
It's gonna go down to the Charmin Diana engage.
Yeah.
Requiem desperately trying to wave clear these Baron Death minions. Swain's gonna be pulled in, although it does have the ulti popped already, so are gonna come in. Ooh, the Swain flash. So you want to lose 1 HP. And it's literally just a bloodbath.
Yeah, this will give you game 3. As Limitations has taken down 1, now 2 Nexus Towers, game 3 here. Very interesting target select for that fight, going in onto the Swain. A tank in his own right, not necessarily the target you want to be going in on to decide if your base falls apart around you or not. So, unfortunate for that. And we will be going to our game number 3 to decide. We will join you when we get there.
We're reaching for the stars. We're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious. That's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious. That's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Reaching for the stars. I wonder where you are. Oh.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, 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 won't you let the light shine through? in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, 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 for you.
All right, we are back for our exciting third and final game for our first series here for season 2. Definitely an exciting one to start us off here as we get back into it with Brothers and Buckaroos back on the blue side and Red Requiem lining up with their red name once more. Seeing our bands come through once more. That Nautilus taken away. And the Diana, they did not like having WTM on that champion last game, taking it away right away this time.
A silent death
Yeah.
to the briny deep.
The cannon taken away from Al Yusuf. He did not have as impactful a game on that Nara. So very much not surprised to see it still be that cannon banned away here, NG.
I want to still draft Zeraf this time with Diana and Fizz bans. Maybe they'll try and get the Zeraf again, Vladimir too.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see if they do go for that. We have, once again, seen the pro draft, so going to be coming through in order. Scion top. So, very much frontline into the Aatrox. Okay. Unpopular opinion, I don't like the Aatrox. I miss the old chunked people for a third of their health.
Dude, yeah, I think one thing that I just don't like how they got rid of Aatrox's revive in like one of the latest batches on his R. I think
Yeah.
him reviving was like a part of his core identity, and when they take it out of it, it's just his healing.
Yeah. And it just makes his ultimate just be a self-steroid, and I am not a huge fan of self-steroid ultimates. I think they are lazy.
Yeah.
I pressed R, now I'm stronger.
Hog.
Yeah.
Oh.
You pressed R, so I walked away. That's all I feel with this. The Swain taken away. They did not want to see JU on that once again. We do know that he is on the Scion, but in the fans phase from the pro draft, the top laners had not yet been selected. So, not just some weird banning coming through. See, what I want to see one of these games, actually, is the one team having fun and banning away every ADC except for the 2 that are being played.
Yeah.
Just
See, how many ADCs are there? It's like 15?
Yeah, just take all of the high priority ones that aren't being played. So, like, it would be Xayah, Kai'Sa, Ashe,
Dude, and just have a
Caitlyn, and
full
Draven.
fun bot lane. Dude, bring me back patch 8.14. That's the bot lane we want to see.
Is that the bot lane when we had Victor and Cassie carry?
Oh boy, Syndra bot lane too.
Yeah, yeah.
Literal mage's bot lane.
See, that was fun because you could also have a Zergo bot lane. I love it, but I can't play mid because if I play mid, I feed. If I go top, I'm fine because I can run away forever. Don't ask me why this works, but no, it's definitely we do see a scaling comp coming here from Brothers and Buckaroos though. So strap yourself in for a long game here.
Oh, it's gonna be a very quote unquote exciting best of 3 third game coming in.
Yes, but it is going to come down to some very important key moments here, especially in these top lanes. If Aatrox and Elusive can just destroy JU before he can get tanky, that's going to be absolutely disastrous for Brothers' game plan. And again, if Axelar can do a lot of work on that Syndra, like we saw in game 1 from WTM, there is some potential for them to be able to get really far ahead really quickly. We did see Brothers and Buckaroos have a very large tower lead for a lot of game 1, and it only happened around the 30-minute mark where Axelar and Vigar really got online, and Powwow and Ezreal were really, really strong, that we saw the game plan for Brothers and Buckaroos start to fall apart and them kind of start losing the idea of what they were doing and what their game plan was and where they needed to be and where they needed to go to get their objective done and completed effectively. So there is the potential here for both sides to potentially close this out a lot sooner than their champions would imply. But I don't think either of us are holding out for that third game here.
Nope. I'm looking for a 50-minute season 6 LCS game style.
Season 6. I think that's the
Yeah,
entire
fine.
season I missed.
Tuh.
I think season 6 was the season where I was just so done with League, I didn't look at anything.
I miss every season before season 9.
I've been on and off since the end of season 4. So Aatrox came out literally a week before I started playing. So we will, however, be seeing you on the Rift. We will discuss these lanes a little bit. As we said, a little bit of a longer game coming in this time. The Vigar, the Sivir, the Scion are all looking to scale. The Ezreal, the Aatrox are looking to do the same. Syndra and Jarvan have a little bit more of that early game control, so we should see Red Requiem being able to start making these plays early game, and it's going to fall onto them to make them and to be able to jeopardize on them and not let Avan just run over Greg like he did last game. So we will see you guys once we get back onto the Rift.
Invincible.
Actually, I was taking barrier every single game.
30 seconds until minions
Yes.
spawn.
Yes, so welcome back to the Rift here, and NG's pointed out, Axelar, Bromance here with the barrier. Not going to the Ignite on Syndra like we saw WTM do last time, but NG, you will be very happy to see, what is WTM running as his secondary summoner?
Teleport! He's looking for the farming. I like it. Very good rune into Syndra. As to not fall that far behind when endlessly being wave cleared. Syndra does have a little bit better wave clear than Veigar early levels.
Yeah, and we see the level 1 spread. Not going to see the level 1 shenanigans. We mentioned we're going to see a whole lot of nothing. Too much, so...
And it looks like Hecarim actually forgot to buy items. So he will be going back and buying those items for...
He didn't forget to buy items. It was a strategical intention in case he could get a ward kill and had 5 extra gold.
What about the 5 extra gold?
I don't know.
Or just stand on it, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, probably. But that's gonna actually make him go leashless here. So unfortunate
time.
for A-Man.
Yep, Install Craig's here.
Yeah. So in between, we've been talking about Dark Souls because MG, you were just Pontiff Sullivan in Dark Souls 3 here. How was that?
Oh boy, it took me like 30 plus tries around there. Dude, the only reason why I beat that boss was because he kept whiffing.
Yeah.
That was my whole game plan.
See, the way I have to fight Pontiff is I do a double summon in the area because if you go through the Hollow story quest line with Yuria of I can't remember where she's from, you actually get 2 helpers you can summon for the Pontiff fight. And so I literally have 2 helpers help me out with that fight because I hate it so much.
Yeah, since I have a non-legal version of Dark Souls 3, I have to do the whole game solo.
Ah, fun. I think Pontiff is the only fight where I rely on helpers. That and the wolf guys, the first of the major bosses.
Nah.
That's where I start to struggle in DS3 at this point. I've gone through the game probably 12 times at this point, if not more.
I have to go to the whole game solo, so I will not be having any help with summons.
Yeah. Yeah. Pontiff is the only one that I said that I use summons for.
Requiem gang up in top lane.
Yeah, that's level 3.
Flash away.
Flash. But that's not gonna be able to hit. Greg is very low. Questionable ganks again coming in from Greg here. Forced away. No, Yusuf is gonna get slowed there. Decent gank.
Little dance happening top. Ajax is gonna flash away to not get pushed under turret.
Yeah, no, very good play by everybody there. Only questionable thing was Greg showing up with so little health here. Oh, is this gonna be an execute? Is Greg gonna get executed?
Oh, very
We are
close.
watching Greg to see if there's the execution.
Oh, does get
Yes,
executed to the crux.
execution! Alright, we are in for an exciting game 3. Minions are OP, everyone.
Another gank up top lane. What's the Requiem?
That's a tower dive. That's a level 3 tower dive. A-Man is going in this strong, wanting to get this Scion ahead. Ooh, mid, decent trading back and forth there, but WTM. I'm gonna call him Axelar at least 4 times this game. I apologize. He's gonna be able to be far enough back in that lane to stay safe. Limitation of Bunny Girl's doing a really good job of keeping Powwow and down in here on the tower. Not able to do a whole lot.
Looks like Drive's gonna done on. Oh, dude, they do have a ward here. Looks like limitations and Bunny Girl. Are you gonna back off now?
Yeah. The smart and respectful choice here. We
They don't know.
No.
Keep going in. Zoomies.
Very good use of zoomies. Being able to avoid that knock up here from Kiro. I was just about to say, this time Greg does have more than half health when he went for this level 3 gank, so not going to be as easy for limitations and Bunny Girl to be able to turn that around necessarily.
Greg also is keeping up in farm despite being executed.
Yes. Now, there were those 2 very aggressive ganks from A-Man. Oh, is A-Man going to get executed? Are we going to get a double execution this game?
No way.
81 health.
Execution. Nah, he's gonna live.
He's gonna live, there we go.
The Hunter's Talisman, way better than the Hunter's Machete.
I have to agree with you on that one. I think the only time I grab Machete is for turn. And that's because you just don't really care about mana stock turn. Decent farming here from JU. Gonna miss the cannon. Not gonna feel nice. Very nice backup by the Maluses there to keep away. Wait, that's Glacial Augment on JU.
Oh, dive here.
Yeah,
some more
this
damage.
Is another guy.
First blood going over the WTM. Very good realm onto Melissa. He's gonna get the ult execution.
Yeah. So let's see. No, this is gonna be TPing back in though. That's the question.
Is gonna be TPing back in with WTM
Yeah.
also TPing mid.
Yeah. Greg walking behind. Is he gonna walk into A-Man? He's gonna walk into A-Man here. That's
He knows
Yeah.
he's there.
And that's going in. I don't know about him going on as Axelar.
Ooh, the stun,
The
not quite
stun
hitting.
misses. If the stun had hit, that would have been a very dead A-man.
Very much. Flash EQ from Greg.
Yeah. Not even ultimate from Axelar.
Maybe. Oh yeah,
Actually-
A-man doesn't have flash, so he would not be able to escape there.
Yeah. So, now, that being said, Axelar does not have Ignite, so that might not have necessarily been enough. You know, Axelar does like that barrier to stay alive. It has worked all of 0 times. Oh, Kiro's
He's gonna
gonna
get
turn it.
ignited and it's gonna go down.
Very nice movement there from A-Man. We didn't even notice him, and we had a complete vision of the mini-map, too.
Well, maybe I'm just thinking about Dark Souls and not this game.
I know. Dark Souls. I mean, you can't really go wrong thinking about Dark Souls.
It's just like,
Have you gotten to play Dark Souls 1 by any chance?
huh?
Have you gotten to play Dark Souls 1 or the remastered?
No, Dark Souls 3 is my first.
Okay. It's personally my favorite. I really did like Dark Souls Remastered, but for me it was the nostalgia of going back to Dark Souls 1, which I actually didn't get to beat. I made the terrible mistake of converting Uji Katana into Quelaag's Whip, which for anybody who is not familiar with that item, it is a katana that does the most damage in the game, but also hurts you for 10% of your damage on hit. And in a Dark Souls game, taking damage is not something you want to necessarily be doing. And this is also against the Four Kings, which is...
Ah.
Okay, so Dark Souls 1 has the
Spell
best...
shield.
Very good spell shield, yes. Very well timed too for limitations to keep that mana up as well. Jayuk and Malusive are just brawling in the top lane. I don't think either of them care too much about who's killing minions this game. Oh. Gonna save that 75 gold. That's A-Man. That's gonna be a gank. That's
Still has
Malusive.
flash.
That's the fear though.
Flash away. Not gonna. Flash not quite doing anything there. He's gonna flash onto A-Man, giving him more damage.
Yeah, maybe
Although-
decently good trade from WMT as well. That's gonna are out. Barrier not used. So not gonna be the value here to keep him alive this game.
The Yumi does so much damage.
Yeah.
A lot of poke coming from Sivir and Yumi.
Oh, just so much, and so much pushing as well. But no, as I say, like Dark Souls 1 has, without a doubt, one of the best unfair boss fights ever with Ornstein and Smaug. If you haven't gotten the opportunity to play it, definitely take the opportunity to watch it. It is a beautiful.
Amiel coming in, Small Shield, come out. Not gonna
It's gonna
quite
be-
get the Sivir. Does flash to mastery.
Yeah, with Powa being so far back in the lane,
Not quite sure how that engage would have worked out. Power not being too far up. Sivir and Yumi getting the disengage there due to the spell shield and the movement speed from the zoomies.
yeah, absolutely. So, no, Ornstein and Smaug is one of the best dual boss fights in the game, in any game I've ever played as well, especially for a game that prides itself on having boss fights that are already incredibly difficult. Ornstein and Smaug handle it really, really well. And there's a lot of strategy, there's a lot of thought, and like there are min-max builds specified for the Ornstein-Smaug fight based on your build. Like if you're a strength build, you want to kill Ornstein first and then go for Smaug. It's the other way around. If you're doing a strength build, you go for Smaug first and then you kill Ornstein. And if you're doing a dex build, you typically go for Ornstein first and then Smaug.
Oh, looks
Or
like
you can be a mage and you just don't care about anything.
Requiem's gonna get a free ocean.
Yeah,
Definitely help with the laning phase for them.
I'm not entirely. Well, it definitely help with the bot lane. I don't think it's going to help in any of the other lanes. Top lane is not. There's a lot of trading, but it's
What is
trading
Anya?
where. Yeah, that's still going to be WTM going to a blast. That's the stun,
Good
double stun,
stun.
to the ult from.
Ooh, all this flash got out from Greg.
Yeah.
A good
Very
attempt
well.
from WTM getting the 3-man stun, but didn't quite work out.
Unfortunately, no. But no, Orange and Smaug, very good double boss fight, and then they have to
look
rule-
for Greg.
Yeah, is he gonna get it? That's gonna be
Get
good. Greg with these greedy stays with very little health. Jake waiting there to the last possible second from Elusive, and he's like, wait, I'm gonna here. Oh, Jake getting a really
tower
good.
dive, maybe.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's gonna
coming
be the
out from
tower
Elusive.
dive. That's
He's
gonna be
gonna go down.
Another kill. A-Man is 4-0 here. The only kill he was not a part of was that first blood that WTM rotated
Oh
up
man,
for.
that poke damage.
Yeah.
Server has
Maybe
quite
the
the
ocean will
CS
help
lead.
here? Maybe the ocean will help here? I don't think so. I think there's just too much poke coming out of this bot lane. And like I said, top lane, there's not damage coming through. They're both tanks. They're just slapping each other. And mid, nothing happens until burst. And then you're 100 to ode, basically. So I definitely agree with the idea of giving up the ocean. I don't agree with WTM giving up his life, though, afterwards.
Yep. Although WTM and Limitations do have a 20 CS lead up on their lane opponents. They're looking very strong in this laning phase.
Yeah,
WTM
1,000.
also having 4 turret plates, giving him an extra. Let's see.
1,400 gold is what he has over Aquila right now. Only 400 in the bot lane.
Oh man,
Yeah,
it's such a massive gold lead.
yeah. So now again, like we said, first game we did see this. Oh, this is a decent gank coming in from Just Greg.
Oh my.
Very interesting choice for Greg on the flag and drag there.
But it worked out simply because Veigar has no mobility.
Yes, that is true. But again, still questionable choices coming through.
It really was. Oh, coming out.
Yeah, and they know
Tries to-
WTM didn't have flash either, so like that was what I was gonna say. It could have been for the potential of catching Veigar trying to flash away from the stun.
Blast going right into Jayo, 2 levels down from Sion. I don't think he wins this duel.
I don't think he loses this duel necessarily either. Jayo doesn't really hurt. He just doesn't take anything.
But he's got the barrier coming out from Actuar. Won't quite save him.
Nope. Nope, it has not yet saved him. So.
You're not gonna get about that top lane matchup. I mean,
His turret has been destroyed.
sure, Sion doesn't do a lot of damage, but with the tank stats, with the Bramble Vest into the Aatrox, I mean, Aatrox is just doing no damage, while Sion also does no damage, but is putting a lot more damage out due to the fact that he has 3 armor items. Bramble
Yeah.
Vest,
I would
Negation
honestly
Shroud,
like to
and then Nature
see.
Tabby.
I would like to see Malyusov just realize he's not doing anything, fighting him, and just hit minions. Just get your gold. Just keep scaling. You're not gonna kill him. You're not gonna have any hope of, especially without Greg around. And even Greg is 3 levels behind JU and has a Cinder Hulk item completed. Like he's not gonna do
Veigar's
a
gonna
lot.
come up again, he's gonna get caught in the stun.
Yeah, and that's gonna be a kill.
I was just gonna flash, the Q coming out from Veigar. He's gonna kill him.
Oh, Greg is here now. That might be him
Jarvan,
being able to get
he's gonna press the
WMT.
thing. Ooh, Veigar's gonna
Yeah,
lose
dude.
1 HP and they're not gonna get anything. Greg looking so sad.
Yeah, 50 HP as he rounded that corner there. Ultimate from Ezreal, nowhere near WTM either. So, very well played and executed there by Brothers and Buckaroos. It's looking more and more like that first game was just a failure in the draft and not a habit of Brothers and Buckaroos of falling apart as the game goes on. Now, that being said, it is still 15 minutes in. This is now where we stop talking about Dark Souls and we start getting serious about the League of Legends.
Server's gonna engage. He's gonna get
Yeah.
caught. Oh my, the tower dive from the Hecarim. I'm just gonna flash. It's not gonna quite get it, dude.
You're gonna die?
Oh,
no,
that's
Zoomies!
the tower.
It is gonna be enough. I thought the Zoomies were just enough to get him out, but not quite, unfortunate.
Not quite. With the tower doing bonus damage, especially with the early season 9 changes to towers. They do significantly more damage than previous seasons.
Has been destroyed.
Yes, they do. Now, A-Man had such a bounty that he still has 150 gold bounty, despite just having died. So this is how far ahead A-Man is in this game right now.
30 CS up, Jarvan, 2 levels up. It's looking like last game.
Yeah, it very much is. Although this time Mal Yusuf isn't very far ahead. Powwow hasn't gotten any kills in that bot lane. Greg hasn't been able to go down there to get anything done. Bot tower is gone, so we see Limitations and Bunny Girl making the rotation. WTM has decided that.
Oh, he walks into the stun.
And that's gonna be a 100-0.
Actually buying his account has degraded down to iron level gameplay from this one. 0 and 5.
Greg
Oh,
time.
the Jarvan
Misses the flag and drag. Miss on the
goes
stun.
right between them.
That's gonna be Jayu deciding to go in.
Let's just glory engage onto it. I'm just gonna
That's gonna be-
engage.
Hey man, it's like, hey! Oh, God. This
Aim's gonna
fight,
go down.
but... Does it matter? Who's gonna defend tower? Like, this is gonna be an inner tower gun.
I don't know, they could wait for it.
I mean, honestly, I would have liked to see Jayu just walk up and tank it. Just take it. He's got the tank stats for it. Who's gonna kill him? Like... If they tried, Jayuk's already taking tower with...
Hey, you know what? He's got no
nuke.
MR. Maybe Syndra can do something.
Okay, but that
It
said,
doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's just gonna drop a nuke onto Axular.
Oh no, he's gonna get caught in the baby cage. The barrier coming out. I mean, not quite hitting, so the execute does not come in. Syndra is
No.
gonna flash away.
Yeah, drop a nuke on Syndra. Doesn't matter that your Scion doesn't have MR. If Brett can't do damage, you don't need MR. And this is what we saw in game 1 when WTM was piloting that champion. There wasn't a whole lot of AP threat coming out from WTM. He was dying too quickly to be able to get all of that damage out. There was tons of potential, but just no game plan around it. This is Greg caught out. That's going to be him thrown back into the wall. So much damage coming in from Limitations, and that's just going to be able to grind him down. Is he going to go down?
Oh, he's
Good
gonna go
dodge
to the
there.
Yumi Q.
Very well threaded by Bunny Girl there. Good spell shield as well from Limitations. Reebok giving over for WTM.
Greg not being able to farm his own jungle is quite sad. Looks like a Mountain Drake is gonna go over to Brothers and Buckaroos.
I just noted now Yusuf's scoreline 0-5-0. That is not what you want to be seeing from your star from game 1.
Oh
So
man.
I guess here's the strategy for anyone going up against Red Requiem in the Bronze 2 Plat League for weeks 2 onward. Ban Kennen and then win.
Yeah. That's the only champ he really smurfed on this game. Other than that, he's been playing not too hot into these matchups.
Yeah, his Gnar wasn't bad, but that was a rather safe lane and matchup. And there were a lot of points where I was looking at it as somebody who only has been playing Gnar really this season. I was going, just jump in. Jump in, you get a kill. Or jump in and you push them away. Like, you're not dying to this. Not at 80% rage. Like, just go in. Scion very much overkilling that chicken. Greg not being able to get his. That's going to be the stun onto Jayuk. No, nobody cares. Jayuk is just...
Now picking up some MR. Oh, the Yumi are gonna come in. Doesn't quite connect.
Yeah. Oh.
Looks like they are gonna get engaged onto the Hecarim.
Yeah, but he does so much damage. That's Greg already right low. Greg, not down, knock up.
Ooh, gonna go down to the Syndra. Scion in
Yeah.
here. Ooh, the flash R from W team. It's gonna execute.
Yeah. Nice stopwatch there from WTM. An unfortunate miss from Axular. Is Jake going to be able to get the kill on that, though? That's the question. We have mentioned how he doesn't die,
missed
but he
the Q
doesn't do
time. He's
damage.
gonna get stunned by Syndra again.
And that's going to be allow Mal Yusuf to get the kill. That's bot inner has fallen as well for Limitations, though. Nope, Jayuk is going to walk away. He is too tanky.
The Ezreal flash and the Q not quite hitting.
Yeah.
And it looks like Limitations and Bunny Girl are gonna get out.
Yeah. So,
Even after all that.
yeah. 2-for-1
What
in
it-
the jungle in favor of Red Requiem, which is a little unfortunate for Brothers and Broncos, giving away a little bit more than they necessarily had to there. Could have been a 1 for free. 1-0. Let Jayu go away. Would have really liked to see Jayu turn onto Greg as Greg walked away and make that 1-for-1 a lot quicker, which would have let WTM save his ultimate for the Syndra potentially. A very missed opportunity for Jayu to just slap around Greg a little bit.
Man. An 8k gold lead for Bows and Buckaroos onto Reddit Requiem.
Yeah.
Looks like they're
Banshee's
gonna
Veil.
smite. They give it to the Banshee's Veil.
Yeah. Should be Ecular going down. Oh, is Barry gonna save him? Nope, Barry did not save him.
Greg is
Barry
gone.
gonna be able to turn it around? No, that's Greg dead.
Nope. Double kill for Amen.
Yep. Yeah, that barrier has been a questionable choice this series. You brought it up, game 1. We're bringing it up again a lot, game 3. But that's because you've gotten to game 3. This is the point, make or break. It comes down to this final game. You, unfortunately, can't let mistakes happen. And if you do, this is the result that you're looking at here. Vigar's pushing top inner as well. So, not a whole lot of damage there. Mid lane, we see the siege. Amen's deciding that he wants more jungle, but there is no for him on this side of the map. If he really wants more jungle, he has to go back to his blue side. And I think that's a little too far for the horseman.
Amen's actually now 3 levels up.
Yeah. Oh. Limitations and Running deciding that they're going to go in. Bit questionable. 4-man here for them. That is a good down on Limitations. Running is going to fall not long after. But A-Man's deciding that's enough of top tower, and that's going to be probably enough of Epsilon as well. There is no barrier this time for any delay. Ezreal's going to go over that. That's TP. That's a very dead
He's
Ezreal.
gonna die to the Ekram again.
I mentioned it game 1, how those TP plays often result in very poor positioning from players, especially at lower levels here. We see it coming
A-Man's
in.
gonna pick up another kill. It's gonna go down to the Nami though. Dam's gonna ult onto the Sion. Sion taking absolutely 0 damage though.
Yeah, Jayek is just gonna be like, alright bro, you wanna keep hitting me, go for it.
Oh,
He
he might
doesn't
be going
have
down
to-
now.
Will get... He's not even gonna get shut down.
Saber Yumi gonna come in.
Yeah.
Are you gonna run down Melusive?
Yeah, that should be a very dead Melusive, I would expect. Yep, the slow coming in. Knock up, but
The
that's
flash
pretty good.
away.
Yeah.
Yumi chase
Oh,
is
yeah.
relentless.
Yeah, the Yumi Silver Chase. So hard to run away from. You get slowed, you get them sped up, they get more speed up, you get slowed again, it's just... Can't really do anything. My favorite when playing Nara is to have the Yumi on me, because then I get my Q, and then she gets her Q, and I get my autos, and I get my speed boost, and then we jump on people.
It's a very powerful combo. Now,
Yeah. Power struggling to kill this pink ward. Finally gets it. I think that was 6 or 7 auto attacks for that pink.
brothers and
Buckaroos getting another
Buckaroos.
dragon.
I forgot their name. This is a long name. I'm just gonna call them BAB.
Yeah.
Vega's gonna
WTM.
walk straight in. Okay.
Yeah, that was questionable. That was a
Alrighty.
very interesting interaction there, though, with the flag and drag, and we see Just Greg go all the way to the flag, and then get pulled back to the edge of the prison. Because that's where he
Well,
gets stunned.
His dash isn't a blink, so he'll get pulled back into that cage eventually.
Yeah,
Just like Vega's name implies, it is an event horizon. Once you get caught in it, you're not escaping.
that is true. So, we see Jayuk, no fear in the face of the AD carry. Usually the person that you don't necessarily want to be standing in front of as the tank, because they tend to be the one with the sustained damage that can whittle through your tank and your armor. But Jayuk...
And that's just sitting on an Iceborne Gauntlet. I don't think he'll have quite the damage he does when he has Trinity.
Oh god, no. Oh, the rear Armada hasn't even upgraded yet. So, not a Manamium yet. So, A-Man. Oh, that's gonna be the speed boost. That's gonna be A-Man stunned, but still gonna get most speed. Just look at that Hecarim move. Call is to go top side. Honestly, I feel like at this point, the best call for our Buckaroos is to Baron.
They have double mount. They take it super fast with the Sivir and the Veigar, doing 23% of their damage as true damage. They're gonna melt through that very easily.
Oh, absolutely. And what can Red Requiem really do to stop them? They don't have the team fight damage to necessarily
Greg is
win.
2 levels down. He will lose that smite most of the time.
Yeah, absolutely. Now Yusuf does have TP, but he's a level down from Ju. He's a level below WTM, and Actular is still a level down as well. The only person who's up is Kawa, who's an extra level over Limitations. But that's going to be A-Man going in. That's going to be Hero dead? That's going to be Hero dead.
That's exactly what... That's like... Looks like the Ezreal's gonna go down too.
Yeah, that's gonna be Powwow. That's gonna be Powwow. That's gonna be game. They're not even gonna Baron. That is
That's
4 dead. Yeah.
That should be game. Malusive is still bot lane.
Even if Malusive comes back right now, that is game.
There isn't
What
much.
is Malusive gonna do? Cyan still has ulti. That's gonna be the knockup. That's gonna be into the stun. That's gonna be into A-Man and Limitations. What can he do to stop it? That's what.
He pulls out his Diamond Smurf. He's not gonna do anything really.
Yeah. Yeah. Nuke drop doesn't catch
Heroes in
anybody.
now. Open
Yeah,
Nexus.
that's
They
the
are gonna
Nexus
look to engage. Jarvan's gonna go on to the backline. He's gonna get absolutely melted.
Yeah. Jarvan jumps in. Jarvan dies. And that's
game.
Fallen. So 40-minute game turns into 28 minutes. Yeah, no, that was just A-Man just being everywhere he needed to and being very much farther ahead than Greg in every way he needed to be. And Limitations had a really good game that time. So
Good runs by WTM up on top lane. Got JU ahead while Malusive was sitting even more behind in a losing lane.
yeah. And then, like I said, Limitations did very well in that bot lane against Powwow. In particular, first game, it was very much Actular and Powwow carrying really hard. Sorry, not Actular. That was Malusive. My apologies for the incorrect names there. Malusive on the Cannon and Powwow on the Ezreal in game 1, getting very far ahead and just being able to melt people so quickly. Not an option this game. But this is Artorias setting off with NG tonight. Thank you so much for joining us for Brothers and Buckaroos versus Red Requiem. We will see you guys next Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at twitch.tv/bronze2plat live for our next game. We will see you then.